Hey there, Titans, and welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today we'll be talking about Power Table Source, or where we can pull data from in Salesforce. We're first going to show you how you can pull data from a report in Salesforce into your Power Table, and after that we'll show you how you can pull data from an Apex into your Power Table as well. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is add my table to the canvas. And we've discussed sources on a high level before, and we've shown a lot of videos how you can use particular objects from your Salesforce. In this case, I'm going to show you how to use report first and then Apex after. So in order to query a report, the first thing that you need to know is that you need to have recently, as the integration user, access this report. So if you do not see this report in the list over here, all you need to do is head over to the report in Salesforce, logged in as the integration user, and then it will come up here on the list. Now, this is my report here that we're going to query, opportunity amount ranking. Let's talk about why you might want to use a report as opposed to an object. So there are a few reasons. One reason is the amount of records that you can query. So an object restricts you to 1,000 records that you can query. Report and Apex allows you to do more. The other reason would be to achieve certain things that you can't achieve on a normal table. So for example, in my report over here, I'm just bringing a bunch of opportunities and I am rating them with a text value based on the amount. So if the amount is under 20,000, I rank it as low. If it's between 20,000 and 100K, I rank it as medium, and anything above that, I rank it as high. And so this kind of formula, I would not really normally be able to do in a table. And so instead, we can do this using a report. So we've built the report and we have the text ranking based on the amount. And I'm going to select my report right over here. Let's bring in, say, 200 records for now. I can write a condition, but this is another nice thing about the report, that if I don't want to write a condition, I can just bring in everything from the report and basically have my condition be based on the condition of the report. So this can save me time in terms of constructing a query. If I've already queried the accounts that I want, or the opportunities in this case that I want on a report, no need to write a condition here. And now in terms of value, I'm going to select my opportunity ID from my report. And we'll select the rest of our fields. So we'll do the opportunity name, the stage, the amount. I don't need close date, we'll just do rating for now. And we'll go ahead and click apply. And now if we preview this, so we can see our different opportunities and their text rating that comes from a formula. Again, you could build this formula field in Salesforce and bring that in through the object. This is just one small example of something that you can't typically do on a table in Titan Web, and you would be able to using a report. All right. Let's get rid of this table and we'll do a brand new one, and this time we'll talk about Apex. So Apex you would use for similar reasons to a report. First of all, bringing in certain type of data that you can't bring in from a single object if you want to bring in from multiple objects at once. Or in our case, we're actually going to bring in aggregated data, which typically would not be possible using table in Titan Web. You can do certain aggregations, but not everything. And the other reason is also the limit of the records, so that you can query more than 1,000 records. Now, we'll also do this as 200, let's say, although we're going to have far fewer results. And I'll head over to my Apex, and this is my Apex. Essentially what I'm doing is bringing in the opportunities under a specific account ID. And so I have this class for my account ID as a tag, and I'm bringing in the opportunities from this account ID, and then I'm aggregating the results to sum up the amount of discounts on the opportunity line items that are under those opportunities. So I want to see how many discounts I have per opportunity for each opportunity line item, and bring that all into a table in an organized way. So I have here my response, and these are the values that I am going to bring into my table right over here. I'm going to take in the opportunity ID, the name, the stage of the opportunity, the average of the products, and the amount of discounts on that opportunity, or the amount of opportunity line items that have discounts on that opportunity. All right, so the first thing we need to do is grab the name of the Apex class here and throw it in like that. Next, we need to write our query. So what we need to say is that our variable, and you can do this with several variables. In this case, I'm just doing it with a single variable, which is this account ID here, but this can be done with many. So let's throw this in. We'll say that the account ID needs to equal, and I'm going to add a variable on my project. You could, of course, do this ahead of time. I'll add it to my page, and we'll call it also account ID like that. And let's say that this equals that variable account ID. And we'll need to populate this account ID, of course. And for the field value, we're going to take the opportunity ID. It needs to be exactly as you see here. So we need to bring in the exact string values for these parameters. We'll just bring in stage, and then we'll bring in count. We won't bring in the average this time. Just make sure I don't have extra count characters. Okay, and so once you have these labels here, you can decide what you actually want to call the columns themselves. We'll call this name. We'll call this simply stage, and this will be called aggregated count, or let's say aggregated discount count. All right, we should be good. Let's go ahead and apply. Make this a bit bigger. And I'm going to go ahead and also grab an account from Salesforce that we can use for our query. So I believe this account should be good for us. Let's check it out. I'm going to throw this in as a default value, but of course you can populate this through the URL or through some kind of get that you run, however you'd like. Let's apply. And as you can see, I end up with the name and aggregate. I did not get stage, so I think we might have written something wrong here. Opportunity stage. I see I have an extra character, and that's good that this happened just to demonstrate. It's important that those be exact values to what you have in your Apex. And there you go. Now I've got name, stage, and the aggregate discount count for each opportunity based on the line items of that opportunity. And that's how it's done.